advised, the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Hello, good evening. Welcome once again to another episode of Illuminati. It's been some time since we have had a fresh show because of the spate of long weekends we've had and the fact that my co-host has been gallivanting all over the place.
With my multiple admirers.
With her multiple admirers.
Invented multiple admirers. Hi
Trix
everyone, we have missed you so much and it's so good to be back on Illuminati with Crip and Trix. Today is a particularly special episode for us because we have a guest whom I have been dying to get for quite some time. And I've been nagging him to get her on here, but
I had to buy
hard-headed as he is.
I had to buy a green shirt first, before we could guest her.
Is that your favorite color?
Soon enough. Yeah. Will you do the honors, please?
Yes. Actually, our next guest is someone, like I said, that we've been trying to get on here for some time, but she's been so busy, and she is actually, in fact, the one that has multiple admirers, and therefore, we have had such a hard time getting her on, but today, we finally have the lovely, inside Ditas Antenor.
Hello. Crip.
Freelance food. I didn't get to read the tag.
Food stylist.
Freelance food stylist,
Yes.
of course. And this is something I was telling Ditas when I entered the studio today that I'm very interested in learning about. Because you and I, we're both cooks in our own right, in our own ways.
Yeah, we cook up several.
We cook up several dishes and other things.
And what's your point?
And, okay, when I cook something, even if I were to make a grilled cheese sandwich, let's say for my dad in the middle of the night, I will bring it to him all served up with garnish and looking as presentable as I can, because I do believe that food is more palatable and appealing when it is styled properly.
Yes.
So, but you were telling me earlier that there's a big difference between food styling for photos and ads and food styling for actual edible
yes.
food.
Definitely,
so
yeah.
Can you tell our viewers a little bit about the distinction between the two?
Okay, before anything else, let me just make it clear that I'm a food stylist for advertising.
Yes.
It's not for culinary, because there's food styling for culinary, and that's usually the plating and the preparation. Okay, because my food is not edible. Well, most of the time it's edible.
Which many people actually do not know. I mean, when they see ads, they assume automatically that that is the burger, that is the actual dish or bowl of soup.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Actually, correction. It is edible, but it's not palatable. You wouldn't want to eat my food.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
Because, why is
How
that?
so?
Because of the many tricks involved in making the food appear better for the print or the video advertising, correct?
Yes. My job is really to make food photogenic and telegenic.
Like a makeup
Great way
artist.
of putting it.
Like a makeup artist, yes.
Which I do. I'm a freelance makeup artist also.
Yes,
and I believe we were chatting a little bit about what we do before taping this program.
Yes.
And Ditas pointed out that the main difference between a makeup artist and a food stylist is that the makeup artists are always trying to remove any trails or traces of oil from their subjects. And food stylists, on the other hand, you use a lot of oil.
We put a lot of oil to make it look fresh.
Yes.
Well, if it's oil-based, right? Yeah, it's like makeup art, being a makeup artist for humans, right? You enhance the features. But there's only you can only do it up to a certain extent. I mean, you can't, if it's...
It will
yeah. You just
personal experience tells me that most makeup artists give up on me quickly. Either there's not much to enhance, or you did a poor job of taking off the oil.
I can do something about the oily face.
I'm not responsible for his oiliness today. I do not do his makeup every week, just so you know. You're going to make me lose my clientele.
Yeah.
But first things first, Ditas, how did you get into this nasty business? I mean, this very glamorous profession.
Yes.
It is not a glamorous profession at all. Later you will find out why I said that. But anyway, going back, I've been playing with food ever since I was small.
Ever since you were little?
Yes,
like
yes.
Mud cakes.
Cakes, yeah,
Mud
food,
cakes
mud
with
cakes, yeah.
toppings.
I'd behead,
I used to make those.
I'd behead my dolls and then put all sorts of food stuff there. And then I was also into visual art. I like painting, drawing, sculpture, and also photography.
You majored in photography?
In college, yes. Now, I was also into cooking because my mom was a very good cook, so I was an alien in the kitchen, to the kitchen. No? But I was cooking almost, not really every day, but my mom would cook every day, so I had very advanced cooking and baking skills. Now, I was thinking, what would be a good career to, for me to be able to use all of my skills? Yes. Now, cooking, visual art. I didn't know then, in college, that there was such a thing as a food stylist. All I did was I went into comm arts, majored in photography, but surprisingly, for my thesis, I took pictures of food, all kinds of food. I was very fascinated with the shapes, the colors, and everything else about food. And then I went into advertising.
So you worked in advertising?
I worked in advertising for like 9, 10 years, 11 years. But I only had an idea about food styling when I started handling a food account. That was after handling, a beer account for like 6 years. And when I found out that there was such a thing as a food stylist, I went to the States to take up a course in food styling. So that started it.
So how long would a course in food styling be? If someone were interested.
It's just a 2-month workshop.
Yes.
Actually, you can get like anywhere from 2 days, 3 days to about 2 weeks and 2 months.
Yes.
But you have to have advanced cooking skills already.
You do.
Yes.
It's part of the criteria for being accepted.
Yeah.
Would you say that the job that you have now is something that you're completely satisfied with in terms of feeling fulfilled, gratified? Is it something that you love doing?
Yes.
You look forward to doing it?
I look forward to it because it's a different problem every day because we have million types of food. One day I work with corned beef, the next day I work with milk, the next day I work with chocolates, next day I work with hot dogs. So it's very exciting.
And so it's like playtime in a way, isn't it?
I play with food, yes. I play
the whole, except of course the other facets of the industry make it a little tough in terms of the time involved in shooting, all the waiting, all the preparation, all the lack of sleep, etc., etc.
24 hours minimum.
How exactly does it work if, let's say, you're given a job? They'll tell you in advance what the product is, and then you just show up and see what materials you can put together.
No, it's meetings and meetings and meetings.
Meetings upon meetings.
Storyboarding pa, di ba?
Yes. I'm not really involved in storyboarding. I first get a call from a producer or an ad agency representative and ask me first, are you available on this date? That's the first thing they ask. Because they know that food stylists can be very busy, right? So, are you available on this date? So, you tell them, yeah, okay, if you're available. And then, they tell you, they will email to you a storyboard. And that's where you find out what product it is, okay? And then, there's a timetable for that. Usually, there are, minimum of 3 meetings before the actual shoot date.
Wow.
And then, several days of preparation. And then, on the actual shoot date, minimum of 18 hours, it can go up to 26 hours.
So you really do often have your hands full.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And you have to work with a crew of your own, right?
Yes, I have a team. I have a minimum of 4 people working with me in a single project.
Right. And it's always these 4 people working with you.
Yes, and then it can go up to about 8 or 10, depending on the complexity of the project.
Yes.
Maybe we can start showing some of the. I think we have some stills, and then later on a brief video clip showing Ditos at work. No? But we can start with some of the. Oh, why with Dindong Dantes right away?
I didn't
I told you
choose
she
that.
had many admirers.
Okay.
Yes, but there's nothing there. Well, I just posted. Okay, this was, I did this like a decade ago.
adorable.
Do you remember that commercial?
Yes, are you allowed to enumerate some of the ads?
Well, not
I
the
won't
actual
mention.
products,
Okay,
yeah.
I won't mention. But this was, they asked me to do several shapes because it was supposed to be a 4-year-old boy who will do all of these animal shapes because they were introducing a new type of packaging for mayonnaise. It comes in a foil pack and in a squeeze bottle.
Yes.
So that was the objective of
And
the
this was
like
commercial.
Miracle
lumpia,
Whip.
or
The other one.
is that lumpia?
Okay, why am I showing this? No, this is suman.
Suman,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, and why am I showing this? This looks ordinary to you, but
Suman with ketchup?
no, that's caramel, some kind of caramel. Because at some point the director will tell me, I want you to do the pouring this way, and I want it to stop midway, and it should stop there and not move
Wow,
any
so
further.
detailed.
So I put something there, and I put something under.
I can do that
What
to
is the
mangoes.
something under? Is it actual liquid? Or
No,
are you
no, no.
using-
It's something that's very absorbent.
So these are the. This is a studio.
This is
set,
in a
no?
print studio. I do print for labels and print ads, billboards. So, okay, I'm putting gravy on a piece of chicken. There. This is also for print.
And the gravy
Is
is
the
actual gravy.
Yes.
Yes, it's
Or,
actual
Same
gravy, but
question.
I can thicken it or dilute it depending
Is
on what
the chicken
director
actual
wants.
chicken?
Yes, it's actual
Do
chicken.
you ever use artificial chicken?
I don't need to use. Right. I don't
Wonderful.
need to. Yeah.
Okay, let's have more of the pictures. Yeah,
Okay, this was
okay.
taken
very
in.
complex.
This was somewhere in Zambales, I think. It's beach, and we were
Corned beef, my favorite.
yes,
No, we cut the picture short.
Sundays are
yeah,
for corned
putting
beef.
some more.
Okay, corned beef. When you
oil.
think of corned beef, it's just like a bowl of mush. So, is
Okay.
are those things particularly difficult to do?
Okay, for this single plate, I had to open like 48 cans of corned beef.
Why?
All those Sundays.
yeah. Because I'd like the strands to be very distinct.
To look a particular
Because if
way.
you take it straight from the can, it's one
Mushy,
huge
like
lump.
I said.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to like lay out the strands first
Yes.
in several trays. Okay. This that's Ding Dong again and Marian Rivera. That's part of the job.
Oh, I know that ad. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah, it was a launch of a new tuna product.
Yes.
So there, I had to prepare several crostinis. It should look like per bite, because for bite you have to throw it already. So I had to prepare like several hundreds of crostinis with tuna on top at the beach. Yeah. Some of my friends. Okay, this nice shirt. Anyway, so oh well, that's the part. This is for
you
yeah.
studied in LaSalle after graduating from St. Scholastic.
Yes.
By the
yes,
way, there
that's
was a
where I
game
took
last
performance.
a few days ago.
Let's not get
I don't
into
think
that.
LaSalle fared pretty
Okay.
well in that game. Anyway,
changing
back
the
to
topic.
food
Turning
styling.
into a sports program.
I
Back
know.
into
Okay.
food styling.
This is for okay, we did several hundreds of halo-halo here. This is for another commercial for a very well-known celebrity. It was shot in a yacht, and I was given only this, like, probably a square meter of space for my table. It's inside the yacht, because only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only about 10 people are allowed inside the yacht. So we had 2 yachts, one yacht for the celebrity and myself, and the director, cameraman, and the other yacht, which was about a meter away, was where my staff would be, and they would what do you call this, just reach.
Do you have a shot of the celebrity coming up? Or
I
I
think so.
If
It's
you keep
somewhere
rolling
there.
the pics, please.
Yeah.
A very famous celebrity.
Yeah.
There you go.
Who is she?
A very, very
looks like my
famous
older sister
celebrity.
in that photo.
Yes. This was the,
Linda.
yeah. This was the launch of the. No, it wasn't a launch, but a relaunch of the tuna commercial. So there you go. This was the one that was
okay.
taken in the yacht. Yes. So there's the product. That was my actual prep table. It's a plastic bin. So that was the only table given to me, and I was working in one small corner.
Yes.
And the other yacht was on
you were on the
standby, the second yacht standby in the middle of the ocean, no, beach, but ocean, yeah. The kitchen was there in the other yacht. So there.
They would just reach out to you and
Yes,
hand you over
yes,
the
yes.
materials that you needed.
Uh-huh.
So as you can see, it's harder work than it sounds.
Yeah. Yun nga, yung first impression is it's a glam job. No?
It is not a glamorous job. Another trivia, we had to wait for a couple of minutes also. We had to get another boat to get stuff from the mainland because the celebrity requested for some other food stuff like biscuits or cookies for the product.
Is this still part of the shooting?
No, no,
Parang you're reviewing what's been shot?
This
or?
was in Vietnam.
Yeah, okay.
And I was trying to talk to them to no avail, so I just spoke in sign language. I would do shoots in Vietnam also. So this was
Amazing.
okay.
Wow.
A huge sandwich.
How do you even
They
eat
asked
that?
me, no, you have a pole in the middle. I had it built with some sort of anchor. But surprisingly, it wasn't for a food commercial.
Okay, what was this for? I'm curious
Medicine.
to know.
For diarrhea.
Wow.
Oh, that's why there's a tower of food.
Yes. Sorry, I had to mention that. Okay, another.
What is this?
Okay, I had to solve the problem, right? We had a feasibility. The director will tell you, okay, I want a pouring shot of the can continuously. So how are you supposed to do that?
Right.
So the solution was to come up with a row, rice,
Yes.
yeah, and tuna on top, so that the pouring of the can will be continuous.
Correct. Yes.
And then they will just get a small snippet
Yes.
of that whole video.
So you could, actually, you always
And that's
have
my
to-
daughter. She helps me
one
out.
of your
helps you
assistants.
out.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
How-
She's very
how
good.
young is your daughter?
She's already 19, but she started assisting me when she was 14.
Does she want to pursue that as a career?
I would think so. Yeah.
Wow, what is this arrangement?
Another sandwich, wedding cake. So for here, I hired several students from a culinary school, and they enjoyed the shoot.
They came up with the elements and then you put them together? Or you orchestrated
I
the
told them,
layering
yeah,
of the cake?
I told them how to do it, yeah, or what to put in what area. So they came up with the sandwiches themselves. So that's my daughter Mickey helping me out in one of my shoots also. What am I doing there? I'm putting fake droplets on the picture.
How do you put fake droplets on a picture?
Well, you put something like jelly, petroleum jelly, and then you spray it with water. Because if you don't do that, the water will not attach to the
Yes.
to the glass. And then in a short while, it will also
But it's
evaporate.
still water.
It's
just
water.
that you
I
have
have
to-
one question lang, and then I think we should move on to showing the brief video clip. How do you do ice cream? Or anything that
Yes,
has
anything
to
that
appear
melts.
cold and ganyan. Yeah.
How
And
do
that you
I
don't
do
have a
ice
lot
cream?
of time to shoot.
How
Because
is ice
Okay.
cream presented on video?
Back in the day, and this would be in the 70s, people would use mashed potatoes. Okay, mashed potatoes is fine. When you scoop it and you unscoop it, you'd have those crevices. But if you go close up, it looks it looks hairy, right? But now we use a different recipe. Okay, well you can. It's not a secret anymore because it's out there in the internet. But it's the proportion that will make it
All right.
effective, because sometimes it has a tendency to look greasy or very dry. It's oil-based. It's actually, what's lard? Lard, and then sugar, syrup, yes, and then we color it, and then we scoop it. And then, if you want special effects for the steam, for the fog effect, if you want it to appear cold. And then you also make some sort of like a melted cream, same color as the ice cream, to like paint the syrup on the scoop to make it look a little bit melted.
And where did you learn to do something like that, for instance? Was
In the States
when
already.
you studied the States? Yes.
And all that is just to avoid the possibility that if you use real ice cream, it melts in the sugar.
Yes, definitely.
In a few seconds, it
as
will
long
look
as you
different.
take it into room temperature.
I think we have a little minutes video clip showing Dita's actually at work on something with her surgeon's gloves or something. She's asking
Yes.
for forceps. Can we have the video? And then we have very little time to end this first half.
Okay. That was in actually a gym somewhere in Quezon City. This was for a regional account. Regional meaning it's for I think it was for Singapore or Thailand.
Just shot here.
Yes, that's why you can see the.
Yes,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Thailand.
Is it
no?
Thai?
Yeah, it's
I
Thai-
don't.
it's
I
Thai
can't even
script.
recognize. So it was. This product is supposed to be for the Thai market. What am I doing here? This is a clear soup, clear broth, and it's supposed to be a top shot. And the director wanted the elements floating.
Okay.
But in real life, those elements will not float. They're going to sink at the bottom.
Yes.
But the problem is if you put a lot of elements for it to reach the top, then you won't see the soup anymore.
Right.
So I had to devise something to put in the middle and then put sticks under so that
Very creative.
Like a frog.
Resourceful.
What you call a frog in the, what do you call that? Not ikebana or mga, di ba, flower arrangements. You put the stalks.
Yes.
Okay.
It actually depends on what angle I'm working.
So it's very creative, really. It's both
It is.
creative and technical, no?
Actually, you have to have a little bit of MacGyver in you. Do you know
Right,
MacGyver?
exactly.
Back in the 70s, yeah. If you have to think out of the box, how to solve problems.
Yes. And a lot of these problems, I'd assume, are presented only when you actually reach the set already.
Yes. Actually, what I learned in school in the States, in UCLA, is just about probably 5% of what I know now.
The rest
Imagine
came
that.
from experience.
Experience.
Of course.
I had a lot of mistakes. Very embarrassing. Very humbling.
You've gotten your fair share of, you've gotten into
Oh,
your
yeah,
fair share of
yeah,
trouble
yeah,
with directors.
yeah.
How long
Yes.
would you say one project lasts?
A project, actually, it's very, very unpredictable. But again, as what I said earlier, there are 3 to 4 meetings, 4 days meetings before a shoot. And then a shoot can last
The whole
anywhere
day.
from 18 to 26 hours.
Wow, amazing.
In any case, I think we will have an actual demonstration of what Ditas does to a particular food
Yay.
product so that we can share the entire process with our audience. And this will come in a while. We have to take a break at the half of this episode on food styling. We'll see you in a while.
Stick with us.